Okay, and we're live. We're firing up a few minutes late tonight. Just a couple minutes. 5 after. Yeah, that's not so bad. Usually I like to go to my Facebook page and share the live. Where's that at? There we go. And Wes should be joining us shortly. Yeah. Oh, I recognize that guy. Hold on. I gotta get your audio connect. Give me 1 minute here to get you connected. I just started, so there it is right there. Right. That should do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then let's do this. Oh, you made it back to Sweetgrass, did you?
Yes, I did. Just this very afternoon.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're just getting fired up. I'm going to make a few adjustments here, and then we're going to start on a brand new story tonight.
A brand new one.
Yeah. I think we finished off... last week we finished off... what was it called? The one about the lady in the lake. I think we finished that last week.
And also, we did one in between there, didn't we?
After the lady sorry, that was the week before. Yeah, last week we were out at Sweetgrass. And I'm still working on that one. I have a little bit of work to do on that one. So.
Oh yeah.
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 But yeah, tonight I thought we'll start on this one, which I've entitled Geskeita Masuuna. Which is a story about a man in a cave.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that should be kind of fun. All right, we've got some folks coming in on the... I'll just get some windows arranged here in case we have any comments come in. We can keep an eye on that stuff. Yeah. How is the weather out in Vancouver?
Oh, cold. Wet.
Yeah. Weather like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rain.
Yeah. Cold,
yes.
wet, and rain. That sounds a lot like Vancouver.
Yeah.
All right, let's get... I'll just double check that you can hear this audio here.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, let's get started with it. I'll do the first little bit.
Me watch. Mama
I think you're going to say...
Yeah.
At this time.
Yeah. Anut oma po megwats.
And at this time, even now.
Even now.
Megwats.
Yeah.
Epim mamo paitik minogi.
They are coming together.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they are coming together. The knowledge keepers.
We were talking about that word today, ogiskeita masuinuak. Because to me as a learner, that word sounds like... It sounds like to know yourself or to know something for yourself, I guess. That's kind of what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, to be aware of your... It's like to be aware of your own understanding, or on another level, it could be about becoming conscious, becoming aware,
Interesting.
consciously aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Let me just go back and fix this one here.
Ano,
Okay, got that.
mitewak.
The medicine people.
Ute.
Over here,
Eksiso higi gway.
discussing, or these are the types of things. Ekwasiso hikikwe.
There was just one thing I missed in the middle there. Let me check and see what that was.
Both male and female.
Ah, okay, both male and female. Yeah, so exis. Okay, next one here.
Eta sihka higo he.
They are currently working on
Kahgi ka nagwa hikap mai tamakmana.
the clearly visible ones that we call these.
Apachihchikana.
These tools, or these instruments.
Mina ipnta sihta kek.
And also they are discussing
Achemona nestohtamona.
stories and understanding.
Tansigi gaiseki spinata gaisino.
How is one to acquire the right to earn these things?
Ah, gispinata. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Dansigigai gispinata gaisino. Interesting.
Tansigi kapmai se waskawitota.
And how do we move with these things?
Metone. So squats. Gigape natikot.
So that they come directly to you.
If you were to say dansigigap mais waskuitota, could that does that reflect on your behavior? Like what is the way in which we should interact with them, or we should maybe carry them even?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It's like trying to understand what is the process. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. Ah, this word.
Gigape pihtukwe yauya. Gigape pihtukwe yauya got.
For
them to enter one's body.
Ah, so that's what we thought.
Yeah.
Gigapepi tagwe yauya.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah. Because there are times in your life when you have these experiences, where you know without a doubt that at this moment in time, something entered your body. And, I think of my aunt who was talking about that and how, and she just said, in 1958, I had that sensation that I was hit with something that entered my body, or I came into contact with something that entered my body, and it was like, the moment you embody something, whether it's an understanding or a phrase or a meaning, a moment, but it enters your body, and from that there is no doubt that, because it has become a part of you. It's no longer something separate from you.
Interesting. Can you say that word again? Kigape pitagwe awiagut.
Kigape pihtawe awiagot.
Awiagut. Okay.
A pihtawiagot, you could say, or a pihtawe awiagot.
Okay. Thank
Both
you.
are ways of entry into your body. Eh?
Yeah. I just wanted to be more accurate with the way I had it spelled because I couldn't find that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ego, hita homa pikswewen.
And also with these words.
Tasihtahke. Ahpone tuhtamoen.
When they are spoken or are heard.
Huh.
No, it's Mr. He. Wahyo. E pihtikwatat.
Oh, that was one more.
Kapehta kikwe.
3 different chunks there. So the first one was no, it's Mr. Hiwayo.
No, it's Mr. He. Wahyo.
A great deal farther.
E pihtikwatat.
These things are entered or taken in.
Okay.
Kapehta kikwe.
When one hears these things.
Kawapahta kikwe. Kamusehot kikwe.
When you see these things or when you intuit them or sense them.
Intuit or sense them. Interesting. Yep. That makes sense. As a learner, my first, it still makes sense. Gamosi hutkigwe, like when you feel something, but like intuit, that's a more clear or articulate way of saying that, I guess.
No, it's Mr. He pihtak. Kip matsoen.
There will be a more wholesome life.
Would you say ahead of you, maybe?
No, it's Mr. He chak pimatisu, and you will you will derive a more wholesome life, I think.
Okay. I could play the next chunk too, if that helps.
That way.
Eko siminekte wahyo. Igo ke pamahtawa ke.
And so they're much farther because of their sacredness.
Okay.
Eko siminekte wahyo.
And there too.
Sorry, say it again.
And there too.
And there too.
Yeah. Much farther. Because of their sacredness. Ego, or how sacred they are.
Kigoi kahkinto samskin.
There you may be able to get in touch with something even deeper.
Interesting. Kahkin to samskin. Oh, sam, that's the part that's like deeper.
Yeah, kahkinto samiskin, you can get into contact or in touch with, but contact would work there too. A deeper level of contact.
Yeah. I'll add that as another. Deeper level of contact. Okay.
Minäptä kikap mohtinkaan.
And from there too, you will also benefit.
Mäkä kajaa sohtse.
But from long ago,
Ukimaanegi maamongo paitsik. Uks kehtämää soinuak.
but from long ago, these knowledgeable ones used to gather
Egi tätä sihtsi keitsik manna.
and they would discuss things.
Eiku homma piski tahto tuem tonekagi eti mihtset tsekai sinuak.
And then there came a time when there began to be a great many people.
Miten kieti mamskoi kieti mamam toneitsikaa.
And there was a great deal to be discussed, to be thought about and discussed. There came to be a great deal to be thought about and discussed.
Interesting. Kieti mamam teo. That's interesting.
Iku komagap mitä tasia.
As many as there are of us,
Tansuma. Kagiaisi maamoapsoja.
how is it that we could all be harnessed together?
Pohti pahpiskit.
Or do we do things separately?
Kagipin pahpiskitja.
Do we isolate ourselves?
Ohpime teis. Osam kita toskeun no.
Off to somewhere else because of our work.
I see there's some comments here. I'll get to your comments. Tansipitagwe, we're working on some stories tonight. If you're just tuning in, we're joined this evening by Wes Fineday. These are some stories that we recorded with Wes last fall out at Sweetgrass. And Wes has kindly insisted, I'll say, that we make sure we have the correct interpretations of the stories, and so we're blessed to have Wes with us again tonight to work on some of these. And what a treasure! So if you're new here, we don't have a way to. These aren't technically published yet, but we'll find a way to get these to the people so learners can go in and study and work on these stories. We're definitely working on getting some of that in place. In the meantime, you can find all of these stories on our YouTube channel. Let me pull that up right now. We've set up a YouTube channel for Wes here. Just if you go to my bio on TikTok or on Facebook, depending on what platform, and you'll come to my link tree, and right at the top, you'll see Wes's stories here. Sweetgrass Stories, a 21st Century Perspective. And if you click through from there, you can find... we're getting into the second week. I think we got 24 different stories up there right now, so you can start to go through those. And we are working on this one tonight. This one right here. So yeah, you can find all of these stories on YouTube if you're brand new. And yeah. So let's go a little bit more here. Off to somewhere else because of our work.
Because of the differences.
Differences.
Pitos.
Epito simagak. It is different, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Troy asks, what's the YouTube channel? If you go to my bio, you'll find a link that takes you to this, but otherwise you can Google Sweetgrass Stories. Let's just Google that right now and see what happens. Sweetgrass Stories. And it should come up here on Cree Literacy or the YouTube channel. You can find them there. Yep.
Maga. Ugiskehta masuino.
But a knowledge keeper.
Kutah maneginan tohtamong opettaan soma.
Used to sit there and listen as to why.
Kaya sa wawaskawito tabako mahaskiw matsuin.
Why we should interact with these things in our earth lives.
Kahkyo gitinim na gikapmautin getumuhta.
So that all of our people may benefit from this.
Yeah.
Kikawi na waski na natohki kway kaowi na magoyak.
Kawawina magoyak. Our mother, the earth, and all of the different things that she continues to prepare for us.
Oh, Ianamagoya.
Kawina magoyak. Kawiwawina magoyak.
Interesting.
To prepare or create.
Higantohtin geahoma.
For us to go and benefit from.
Ektah kiguhpasiguna mi.
And from there, something will rise.
Oh, from there, Kigo Pasagunami.
Yeah. From there, something will be lifted up or will rise.
Interesting.
Imatesoin.
Life.
Nistohtamoin. Big
Understanding.
Nigamoin.
Songs.
Esihtigeuna.
Ceremonies.
Language, songs, and ceremonies.
Akakahkyogi ko egipmpay tatawa tayo kan.
But all of these things were governed by the spirits.
Egipimpaitat.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I just want to look up that word for a minute because I...
Pimpayita would be to drive something or
to operate something, maybe?
Yeah.
But governed, could you say managed as well? Like,
yeah, that would work too.
Interesting.
Magane speake ko kap matsta tahta sihta kikuke.
But it was at that time when these discussions had begun to take place.
Ogistigehta masuinoak, mamahtawinoak.
These knowledge keepers and sacred persons.
Pahpito se giatisimam to nehta kek.
They began to vary in their patterns of thought.
Ego kigo uya siwewin. Kigap sahama.
And what are the laws that we are to follow?
Omachi mi uya siwewin ton ka mamawa ptigoya.
Do we follow this one great law that keeps us all bound together?
Ahpochi. Pahpis kita samina.
Or do we once again go our own separate ways?
This is such a good. I'm so excited about this story. I've listened to this so many times, and I think I understand most of this, but there's a few of these spots where I'm like, what is that? What does he mean there? So this is really exciting.
Kutaka. Uya siwewin. Kigatim skwetama.
These other laws that we must contemplate and discover.
Misquetama.
Find in your mind.
Interesting.
Misqueta.
Yeah. Interesting. Dance Dorothy. Dorothy Thunder Tuggletail.
Dance Dorothy.
Kimam to ne chigan nahut. Kigap sahama.
To discover in our minds and that which we will follow.
Kigap mamio pai. Kigap sasapo tay kutawa.
So that things will work out positively and help these ones pass through.
Another sort of conceptually, like just in general through their lives, like to be able to move forward in a good way or guide them, I guess you'd say. Something like that?
Yeah. Something you discover in your mind that will take you a long way in your own life.
Yeah. Interesting.
Ay siniw kap may tigusit kap may taya kwana magamana tayo kan.
The human, as we call them, but the spirits.
Ay sinihogan kap may tat.
But the spirits refer to us as Aisinihogan, where we refer to ourselves as Aisino. They refer to us as Aisinihogan.
Interesting.
Kusete Tan gigatan gim tatahtos mitatah te gitahtas chik.
And so it was, there were 9 of them who agreed. But
Nagagi mamaw.
Sorry, I'll play the next chunk for you.
Nagagi mamaw pai chigi chehta kosechik.
Of these ones, when they would come together, they were greatly respected.
Higo kegi kiskehta maso chik giso kesechik.
Because of the degree of knowledge that they possessed and had earned for themselves. They were able to accomplish all manner of things.
Pegon.
I'll play the next chunk.
When they all had their minds focused in the same direction.
So was that
Pegon.
Peaguan?
Yeah, one similar or the same.
Peaguan. I'm going to actually put those together. Just give me a second here. I just saw... No, that's a different word. Okay. Let me put these ones together. Go like this.
Pegon.
So Peaguan. Itegesi epimissamam tanetakik.
They were all of the same thought process.
Just going to get rid of that other chunk. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it like that. That's fine.
But there was this one who used to sit and listen. And he would ponder. He did not support this line of thought. Or he did not support.
Mm.
He did not support very much these gatherings. When you come together, eh?
Yeah. Mamu payuin.
That emanate from the place of thought. If we are to come together, let us come together. Let us follow Creator's law. These are the things which will guide us. Guide us toward living in a sacred manner. So that we can become holy people or sacred people. Instead of merely coming to the understanding that we are all in agreement.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
That we should think and other people and other people who follow the same line of thought should be the only ones that we will work with.
Vitapsumaya kok. Interesting. like
To be bound together
bound
with
together.
harness.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it was that this one began to become isolated.
Piskiteemi.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
To become secluded or isolated.
Interesting. To become excluded. Okay.
He probably made some others angry.
Egiga kisuahtaasut itagui.
He must have made some others angry, I suppose.
Yeah. It almost sounds like, well, I thought when I heard that kisuahtaasut, it sounded like almost he made himself angry, but I guess.
No, others.
Yeah, interesting.
Ekisuahisut. I make myself angry. Ekisuahtaasut. You make others angry.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Kisuahtaasut.
Kitahtoe satapue kagi tohtahet.
And at one time, he was taken where there was hills, mountains. Where there was mountains.
Yeah.
Ewachiwe.
Ektemanegi ayastegi wati keuna.
And in that place there were these caves or holes.
Eikö tuo kesän megin tuo sohi, eikö he pohi se kekutaha seniak.
It was in one of these places that he was taken, and the entrance was blocked with stones.
Aseski.
And dirt.
Yeah, Libru says, who's being translated? We've got Wes Fineday with us from Sweetgrass, Knowledge Keeper from Sweetgrass, with us tonight. This is a story that we recorded with Wes last fall. And so Wes has joined us to do the translation or the interpretation as well. But you can find these stories if you Google Sweetgrass Stories. You can find the YouTube channel where we're placing these. I'm just in the middle of uploading the second week of recording, and I've got about three more weeks, quite a few more videos to go. So as I get time, I go through them. And then we're working with Wes to work through and get the translations on these as well.
But there was a place left, an opening. From where he could breathe. And from there he could also be given to drink and also food to eat. And from there he could also converse with anyone who wanted to speak with him or communicate with him.
Maga mihche tegi tapo game go tegi sitos ka go tanai sino na pewa hisquewa.
But there were many who believed in him and supported him, men and women.
Semana tahtogis ka tehigin tau mamamau pa komentaun tohtat ni tohtat awa.
And so during the day, many people would arrive to come and listen to this one.
Kagi ke pahot, kagi ka kwe ke potone net.
This one who was imprisoned and who tried to have his words shut out, you could say. They tried to shut his mouth, basically.
And the one who's in prison and who tried to have his...
Who they tried to silence.
Whom they had tried to silence.
Mm-hmm.
English is hard sometimes.
Ika jo sammi set kika pehtagut kikan stohtagut.
So that not too many would be there to hear him and understand his teachings.
Yeah.
Sammi set mai vichehto en mistä hegi tehtagun.
Because there would be a great deal of disagreements, it was thought.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. This is one of those ones where I wasn't quite sure. It's like, I understand all of those words, but I don't know if I understand what's being said there. That makes sense. It's sometimes these phrases that are more it's like it's more conceptual. So we're not talking, because it's not talking about a specific person or a specific action. It's more conceptuals. Those ones are more difficult to understand for my brain sometimes. It's like a higher level almost.
Hektahki kap passigumaga kispin metoneks keita maasutsiga isinuak.
And from there would arise a deeper level of understanding if people had their awareness.
Ego hogi kutagak ka kiogi koisuusquats ka oista kikapntsahaki.
And these other ones who prepared all manner of things that they would follow.
Namoja puhkagin tohtatotik.
They could not even listen to each other.
Vauisti kikans tohtatotik.
Let alone understand each other.
Right, yeah. Could not even listen, let alone understand each other.
Higo ke giete papito sapachihta koma piksquaven. at that time when language began to be used for many different purposes. Higo. Magisa naman nagsinuta tugisigaw. But apparently that old man, every day, higito te tahan ma katsawasinig. He would come to that opening. Kape tamaht kamichit. Mina kami ni kwit. When they would bring him food to eat and something to drink, and then he would stand there. And speak. Tell stories. But usually before, he would sing a spirit calling song.
Interesting.
Hegi mahtaw si tegi sohkesit opawagan. They were very sacred and powerful, these dreaming spirit helpers of his. O hatayo ka kanawim good. These spirits that looked after him. Ego stamong magagi papehtaman. And when I first heard this, egi mamam tunehtaman manatane kamagi gayo. I used to wonder, why did this one not? If he had such powerful spirit helpers, why did they not set him free from that place? But now, it's different. I think maybe because perhaps that was what he had to experience in order for his soul to be made strong.
Oh, because of that. Interesting. Mina oma mio. To have his mind strengthened, his emotions, and his body. Mitunis usquats. Kan stawa pa tamasot ki kan stoimsot. So that he might thoroughly understand and come to know himself. Interesting.
He's been kigway tapwe and tapo again mahte umameskano. And if there is truth to what I believe, let this road
Nigamtiman.
that I follow
Ategiwi tamatna mo ewe chasiganma.
although he had been told this was not an easy path to follow.
Oh, he had been told. Say that again.
He had been told that this was not an easy path to follow. Namoyewe chasigo mameskana.
Okay.
Kikapagwate gawin.
He will be shunned.
Kika
hated and shunned.
aimum gawin.
He will be gossiped about.
The first one you said, you will be hated and shunned?
Yeah.
Okay. Just updated that one.
Nanato kigway.
All manner of things.
Egay miwa sikik kikagwe kikaptigawin kikagwe na tamoy gawin.
All manner of things that are not good, you will be attempted, or there will be an attempt to tie you to all manner of things that are not good.
Ah. And that's that Nayahtam go in is that almost sounds like a
to
bird?
carry on your back
like
as
a burden.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
It will be a burden that will try to be attached to you, basically.
Yeah. Wow.
Hegi no te pume mi sigay sino agega into nanto takana.
People there was an attempt to discourage people from going to listen to him.
Namo ispihte takso gnato tat.
He is not worthy of listening to.
Okay.
Sami ko epe pa patak sketong.
Because of the missteps that he has taken.
Askiup matson.
In his earth walk.
Magakia pechegia kami motana.
But still, he persevered.
Egwa mana kaya ati moto mamoyo tigak skatem.
And when he was speaking and telling stories, he did not realize
Miton mana tahtogis kawik tahogossa.
that every day his son
Egipe apitoma. Ekunih man egipe pamikot. Egipe menaikot. Egipe stamagot kegamitset.
his son would arrive and sit there, and this was the one that would bring him drink and food to eat.
Ego hegipe nan tohtagut.
And also, he would come to listen. Minamihchet kutaga. There were a great many others. Kapix kwetoma. When he spoke, egi kagwe mama taupix kwet. When he attempted to speak in a sacred manner, kikakwe kakachiti tamitoma. I see no. So that other people would be able to hear a bit or catch a bit in the listening. Yeah.
Interesting. Gati tetam. It's like to capture it in your mind almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an interesting word. We just come up at 6 here. If you want to take a break for a few minutes,
That way.
we're already halfway through the story, so I gotta buy us some time. But yeah, well, I'll just chat for a bit. I'll go back through. I got to do my puzzle here. I'll go back through the comments and see if there's anything I missed, and if you want to take a quick break.
That way.
Yeah, all right. I'll just shut you down for a minute there.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So, Anna, just flying through this story tonight. If anybody has any comments or questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat now, and we'll give Wes a 5-minute break and come back in a minute. Any questions about the story, or if you have any questions in general, if you've been into any of the other stuff. Once again, if you go back to, there's a link in the bio in both my TikTok and in my Facebook. There's a link in bio that will take you to some of our different projects. So you can find these stories here, the Sweetgrass Stories, a 21st Century Perspective. This was a project that we started. We started this project last spring in collaboration with the Cree Literacy Network. We got a small grant through Heritage Canada, I think it is, to spend some time with Wes and go out and capture some of these stories. And so we started in, I believe, August of last year to go through some of these. And we've got so I've had 5 visits so far. I've got 2 weeks of those on YouTube right now. If you haven't found those, you can catch this link right here. If you're new to the live stream, you can also, the next link in my link tree will take you to my YouTube channel. You can find our previous live streams. Actually, the one from last week was really interesting because I was in Sweetgrass doing recording again, and Wes told us a story live on the air last week, so you can catch that. And then various other projects we got going on here. You can click through the links there and find some of the other stuff that we got going on. So yeah, just go back and see what we missed for comments here. Yeah. Right on. Good crowd tonight. Ed Ehrman, Tansi Saskatoon, Sturgeon Lake, Ochinia. Yeah, Mia Sin. Ray says, what language we're working on? Nehio and Plains Cree Wide dialect tonight. And if you're new to the projects, we have a few different, if you go to my site, kiano.net, we got a few different things going on. This project we're using tonight is one of our projects called Kiano Transcribe, which is a transcription tool that's designed for Indigenous languages. I mean, you can transcribe anything you want with it, but we've put a lot of work into the project to sort of make it ready for Indigenous languages and incorporate spell checkers for different languages when they're available. So we've got a few different ones. We're using the Plains Cree But there's a few other. We've got TH dialect support, and then a few dialects of Anishinaabe and Siksika, and then Irish, actually. But we're incorporating some more here soon. But we've got some of our other projects here. We talk about the database a little bit. We just launched a mobile app about 2 weeks ago. It's been getting a lot of questions from. We've got a couple of languages in there now, so you can go check that out if you're interested. Yeah. This process of transcription is good for us as learners, and I get a lot of feedback even from capturing these stories and sharing them with even other speakers will reach out sometimes, because I hear often that even though somebody speaks the language, sometimes they don't hear it that much. So this whole project is part of this is to put more language out there along with some of the teachings as well, but primarily to get language out there for us as learners to start and study and start to spend some time, especially as we sit down with Wes into some of these maybe less common or more difficult words, and start to get some of the bits and pieces and the understanding and context. So, yeah, Liv Stonechild says, it's a good one. Mia Sin. Yeah, right on. So we'll give Wes another minute to get back from his break there. I think we're kind of flying through this story tonight. Oh, not back yet. We'll give him another minute. I drop in the chat where you're tuning in from tonight. We know Ed's tuning in from Saskatoon. Let us know where you're from if you're new to the stream. And we typically go every Sunday night at 6 o'clock Mountain, and we'll do a live stream. And then on Monday nights around the same time, we do another group with just a bunch of us learners where we get together. And we've pre-transcribed this ahead of time, so we've got all of as much as we can, the language transcribed so that when we sit down with Wes and we can fill in the translations, we're actually going to come up against, the fun part about this is we're actually going to get to the part where we're done. We've only transcribed about 18 minutes of this story, so we'll see if we get that far tonight. Uncle G from Red Pheasant. Little Laurel, I hope I'm saying that right. Musquecheese, Oche. Musquewa Sis flying to Vancouver from Musquecheese, Alberta. Yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. And yeah, and if you have been using any of the projects, we'd love to hear some feedback as well. Most of the work that we do is focused on adult language learners. How do we get more language in our day-to-day? How do we get more... I really firmly believe that stories are the way to go. Lots and lots of stories, and so that's been a part of the project. And if you have the opportunity with some of your family or elders in your community, just take them a little gift and some tobacco or something and just say, hey, would you tell me a story? And see if you can get a 5-minute story and then go sit down and try and figure out every single piece. There's a real gift in capturing those stories when we sit down and we listen, especially when we listen to them over and over and over again. And that's one of the things that even after tonight, when we're done this, sitting here translating, doing some translation with Wes, then I'll go back usually and I'll listen to the story again. And usually several times throughout the week, just to try and get some of those words. This one word I've been thinking about that came up in this other story that we're working on. It might actually be in this one towards the end. We'll see if it comes up here in a bit. And I think it's Noatsim Timito Tak or something like that. A Noatsim Timito Tak. Oh, there he is. He's back. Let me get you turned back on here. I kept hearing that word over and over again. Noatsimtimito talk, something like that.
Yeah, to grab onto something. No, it's
Ah,
imtimituta.
noatsimtimito talk. Interesting. So that's the process, and because through the process of listening, especially as adults, again, I've heard that word enough times that I can say it out loud, even though I don't know what it is. I could remember that word. So then I can go and ask, that's a good, that's o may twimagak maya. I think that's going to come up in this story. So now that we've had our break, we'll go a little bit more. That's another good one right there. Ikatsi tamiet. Catch a little bit of it.
Ei tihtaa kuahkuuma. The way that it sounds.
The way that it sounds.
To hear.
Oma pehtamoen.
Pehtamoen. Kama mahtawa. Listening, which is sacred. Listening, yeah. At the level of the sacred, you could say.
Could you say the way that it sounds to listen to it at the level of the sacred?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, glad to help. Anytime.
No sweat.
No sweat.
Kasi so minagotak kikis sumenom.
I reminded you. Just doing my job. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Magapeag, wow. But at one time he began to get rather frail and weakly. Iko kekta hegi papeagot. Ego ki pehtagon kinstohtagon. He was in there by himself for such a long time, but he had been heard and understood. Ito niete na ni suset. Ne suset ai. Kisei no getting frail and weakly, this old man. Kisei no kakanoimet. Who was kept in there. Egin stohtoatsek. I see no agma nagapintoe moit. The people used to understand him when he sang his calling song. Kapintoe moit. Kawi pepik squate. When he was about to speak. Igo manan stamegi. Egi sa sohen gamot. At the beginning, his song used to be very powerful. Tegi sa sohetnigi hon ontawe mona. Egi sa sohanigi. And his calling songs hit. They were so powerful. Igo maga yetikseniut. But as he grew older, then egiet Egi instuhtamot.
It was heard in his voice.
Ito no soke suwin tapskut. Namo egi tepim timna.
That he could not hang on, that he could not remain truly connected to his power.
Hmm. Hmm.
Miaoche. Kia pitskiks tamaso mam to neichigani.
The power in his body, but still he had power in his mind.
I wanted to back up just for 1 second, actually, because I had a flag on that one word, egi nstotamo. Would that
He
be...
was understood. Egin stotamot, or it was understood.
It was understood. Could you say egi nstotami? Would that mean the same thing?
Yeah, similar.
Oh, okay. What do those mean different things to you? Instotamo, instotami.
Just in terms of the instuhtamek could refer to one person. Instuhtamot would be a collective understanding.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Then
That's interesting. Subtleties in the language sometimes that are tricky. Yeah, that are tricky. So in his body, but he still had power in his mind.
Kimiote hill. Musehone.
He had a good heart
Hmm.
and emotions.
Kiso kisiwa. Otachakoma.
And his spirit was strong.
Mago mamiao. Egi ete
But
nane
this
soani.
body was beginning to get frail.
Eksimani taho magapen gamotong. Gapen toe mot.
And so it was when he came forth to sing his calling song.
Tone giet nane soihtakuset pisk.
He began to sound weaker.
Ega kapiks kuet mihtet.
And when he spoke, many
Tone namoyo chinstohtawe. Namoye koyaskohtawat.
did not thoroughly understand him they could not understand his manner of speech.
Hmm. Would that be that word Iutohtawachik?
Intuhtawachik, nituhta,
Oh, I see. I see. Nituhta.
nituhtawachik.
That makes sense, yeah. Nituhtawachik. Yeah, that makes sense. Intuhtawachik. Yeah, yeah.
Ego nagagikskehta kego namoy kenöse ego homuta kayayan.
And when that one knew that he would not be here for much longer,
Ego kapeta sihta moagik taisinimak.
these things which I have come to speak about to my people,
Ego kopogo heyayan.
that is all that I have.
Kaginakata moagik.
That I can leave behind for them.
Let's see, chigeon.
Oh, sorry. That one needs to be fixed.
Ninsto tamoin. Nitache muna, nintawe muna. Let's see, chigeon.
Ninstotamonen tatsamona.
Ninstuhtamuna, my understanding, nitatimuna, my stories,
Intawe mona.
my calling songs,
Nitsitsagiona.
and my ceremonies.
Matahan chi magahawiyak manapapehtam.
But I wonder if anyone ever hears.
Matahan chi awiyak mamchimehtam.
I wonder if anyone remembers.
Matahan chi awiyak papimitsa hamum hipikskona.
And I wonder, does anyone follow these teachings?
Ekse sa gitahtawe. O mahekta heskua chegi pen kamotesa.
And so it was when it came to be the last time that he would come and sing.
Emachin nikamot untawe moen.
As he began to sing his spirit calling songs,
Kagiet no te sehe sa moiki gisen kamo.
he was unable to finish singing the song because he did not have the energy.
Magi ta heskua ekaskita te nikamotan mon tawe moen.
But it was up to the point that he was able to sing his spirit calling song
Ekta nakase.
where he stopped.
Ektahan magani paut kagi pehtawate sa waiwite mae kawaya.
And from where he was standing, he could hear someone on the outside.
Egi tapo eite sa mitone on tawe moen.
Someone who had memorized his spirit calling song thoroughly.
Itahoma kapn nagit kapn punen kamot.
From this place where he stopped and quit singing,
Kamatoe naswahama ko tawya. Waiwite
he
mae
heard
ko mate
someone
keise.
picking up the song from the outside.
Pitun ki so ke tameo guanan ma auya ke sa tauya. He was greatly affected by that, thinking, well, there is at least someone omegi nanto tawet who had sat and listened. Egi pe papehta kegi tapu eto manin kamoen, who had come and listened and memorized this song. Namoy kigawan painoma. It shall not become lost. Kagipe mamat namoagik mak. That which I have brought and given to my people. Enanto tamopte so mekta katin stonawato hon gamona katin anstotawat. And as he sat there listening, he began to recognize the song and the one singing it. Ichigo me gune mano kosisa. Apparently, this was his son. Tahtogi sigaw kagi pe pamikot. Who came every day to serve him. Kagi pe nanto tamopit. Who would come and sit and listen. Ichigawa hegi kaski tat uskiniku. Apparently, this young man had been able to. Eksanigo kegi nahe tahkana kisaino.
Oh, sorry, I missed one. This one here.
Kigam cheme ta kiga kiskiseto hu tauya un kamonio. To remember, to learn and to remember these songs and stories of his father.
I think there's one.
And it was then that this old man was comforted and satisfied. Ki pune tammaton chimagoma. Kapnsa sapuhte maganohe. And he stopped wondering if these things would travel beyond him. Ninsto tamo na hogi ka kwe pa kwe na mo hogi ka kwe nagatamo hogi kaisini. These understandings of mine which I wish to break off and leave with my people. Ega mi cheto kama mam tuneh tamane ogo. And many times when I sit and think, mistahene mo sehon. Ewa pahti hosya. Eisisaso kani kehteya. I am greatly affected emotionally to be shown the power of these old ones. Huxkehtamoinen onstuhtamoinen stoapahtamasuin. Their knowledge, their understanding, and their visions. Minäkin apitsei takutuskaya. And there are still young ones today. Kikan tuhtamuupit, kikapmamitsi meitä kuin. Who can sit and listen and remember these things. Namuya kaginaganam awiyak oheksisi e mamahtawanigi mamauhtawimau. No one, there is no one who can stop these things which are of the sacred and from our Creator. Kagipe pahpowe penamo to hukskehta masuino minawiya suwena kagita sitamo. Who came and sprinkled these things among the knowledge keepers and also the laws.
Gagita sitamoat.
That he spoke of to these ones. Namoy kat. Kikanagatigo ay sino ay kunikispin kapihsak pimatesoin. These things will never leave the people if they are living a wholesome life.
Interesting.
Pimamtimeo. Kamamahtawa. To be followed, that which is sacred. Kiskehtamoin kinoa chimchimitoten. This understanding which you have grabbed onto. These are the things which we were told. That I was told, grandchild. Prepare yourself. Attempt to be able to stand up to these. If you are able.
Shall put that in the next chunk. No, hold on.
Mestahe kigawiche haote nigan kituskaim. You will help these young ones, your young ones in the future, a great deal. Minäkin stoa hioge tohtai konoma.
And you too will be taken a great distance with these.
Piikiskua na huhatsimona. These things which are spoken, these stories. Mihtse tuavno se kapi se taatajohkan. Many times my grandson, the spirit, has said to me, Mihtse toavas kitaskame kome pe mamte meinaskiup matsuin. You have traveled upon this earth life many times. Tan tahtoskam kohti ohe. From when in the past these things? Tan tahtoskam.
Tantahtouskamik.
Yeah. From, it's like from the distant past.
That's such an interesting word. Tantahtouskamik. Let me just make a note of that. Does that mean how many? But it still means how many times, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many cycles?
Tantahtouskamik. So it is very specific and implies to, like that part in there, skamik, having to do with the earth, or like how many times have you been here?
How many times you have walked this earth?
Wow.
Life walk. You have walked this earth walk many times.
It's such a specific word. It's just like a very, very specific word. Tantahtouskamik. That's so interesting. So interesting. Yeah. 207.
The memories which you have come
carrying on your back.
Yvette says, I've heard this word in my dreams. I think that's a word we were just talking about. Tantahtouskamik. She says, I've heard this word in my dreams. That's interesting. 208.
Ema mahtawa keuko. This is sacred.
Yeah.
Ahkameimo. Persevere. Eugokia toskeo negimi kusiat. For this is the work that you were given.
I had a friend in here doing transcription and they're overlapping a bit, so I'm de-overlapping them as we go.
Misawa guanan matuta manikagi nakatamas kagi mask. Because if you do these things which have been left to you and which were created for you.
Wiana mask,
Yeah,
Gawiana mask that were created for you.
that were created or fashioned specifically for you.
Interesting.
Mamo tawi ma namoiki kwei. The Father of all things, there is nothing. That can defeat you. That is one of Creator's laws. He spin if if my child believes strongly in this,
Ne piks kwewen stohtak ne obvious ne
I'll jump to the next one.
my stohtak my speech and my laws
Let's do it
pics.
this way. My speech.
kispinen stohtak hene wo yasiwewna.
my laws.
Kispinin stotaku here, if they understand them.
Mm-hmm. Vina epim temeto ma epno temito ta.
And if they follow this path and they grab onto,
O he nistohta mona mine tehta sketuma meskana o kapmo oi
if
tamo.
they grab onto these understandings and step onto this pathway which I have prepared,
Wow. I was going to ask about that word, but as soon as I heard it, I understood it. Apim data koskate.
yeah, well, once you step upon it,
It almost sounds like data pill, like, well, I mean, dock skate, like where how you step or you walk onto it, almost like how you saddle the road or something.
yeah, how you step onto it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and tehtape would be how you sit on it.
Ah, so what that makes me wonder what other words start with that. Data. Ah, that's interesting. Data paipeo. To float on the surface? Or data stau? Data hagan apparently is a shelf for storing meat. Interesting. Yeah, I'd only ever heard that data in terms of like datapuan or like a chair or riding a horse or something. So that's really interesting. Interesting.
Namoy ki ko tagon. Kagisago chikot.
There is nothing that exists that can defeat.
Namoy bi tuyan kikawe chasin.
I am not saying that it will be easy.
Magasoh ke suwenek ta kikapapi ko tan.
But from there you will derive strength.
Namoya yakikaki mwawanahik.
And no one will be able to distract you. Nanatohkoche, kikapnuti kawen. All manner of things will be used against you. Eki askit, hemuhtuit,
He lies. He's a fool. And has made many missteps.
Nanato kaispinate wa kaisino akmaka. All manner of things will be said about you by the people, but Kia no sekiksketen. But you, my grandchild, you know. Tante home peo tohtain. From where you have come. Minä tante hewi mohtain hewi mai tohtain oma. And from where you are going. Tante hewi pe mai tamoin. And to where are you going to seek refuge? Tante kikatakuhtai koinoma. Where will this take you that you carry?
Can you say that one again?
Where will this take you that you carry on your back? Kapim nayahtaman. This is the way that I heard it. And also how I saw things, I think. Sama skauga sihtaman. Because sometimes when I speak of these things, I see that old man. And I hear his words. And I sit and wonder. Am I also from that time and place? When he said, never. Try to never forget these words and stories.
Understandings?
Mm-hmm. Kawapahtihat mama tawi mau. Mantuga gisewatsit. To show or demonstrate to Creator, our kind and loving Creator. Ego kepesa so kehtaman epe tatapua kehtaman oma. The degree of our determination epe isinan stohtaman tane komuta kagipe paktingusian.
The last one?
Ego kepesa so kehtaman epe tatapua kehtaman oma. Okay, that you thought of so deeply and believed in.
Is that the whole thing? Ego ke pe sasoge tama so sasoge tamane pe tapoge tamanoma that you thought of so
Yes.
deeply and believed in. Okay.
E pe sinan sto tabantane ko muta kagi pe paktin gusian. As you understand why were we placed in this place, Eugo ki spin kaske huine. And this, if you are able to. Ka ki spinata mo au ki tuskaem ki tanskuta panem. You will earn for your young ones and your descendants. Mr. Higgy, a great deal. That they too can benefit from the help of. For they too will walk the same path. But they too will also have their way prepared for them. So that they also can prepare the way to these doorways. Through which we will journey. And sometimes when I speak of these things, these stories, I go after and I sit in silence. And these emotions that old man must have felt. Many times he must have shed tears as he sat and thought. And I too am so affected by the power. I go and sit and I cry and give thanks to our kind and loving Creator. That I am still here following. This earth walk, I have not yet had it taken out of my hands. The faith, or belief, memories,
which are so sacred
kikapuansin yan kispin pakchimchimito taman.
that I should become lost if I ever let go of them.
Yo kumana mamam tunay taman.
This is what I think.
Tehnikan.
In the future,
Mischet. Dans ko tapa na gusto ako.
many of my descendants
Kikap mo si pasiguchik, kagik pasiguchik mamahtaw suwin.
will arise with the sacred from these things.
Kispine mamahtaw iniki.
If they are sacred,
Piks ko na chimona ni kamona nakatamo ko.
the words, the stories, and the songs that I will leave behind
Apachik na titap mayachik.
so they may be equipped with the tools
Kikap papimoktay ko chigoma.
that will carry them forward.
Wistaw ka ipin papimska chigoma matsuwin o makapmaitamakman.
They too, for they too will be traveling this pathway of life that we speak of.
Yutin kapapamasta kito.
The things that are carried by the wind,
Mamo tawi mau kahkipe tawau kagiset.
you may hear, Creator, I was told.
Kispin mito ni kuyask nito taman.
If you listen very carefully,
Kahkyo kai tagoya koma peagwan.
all of us who exist, it is the same.
Kahkipiks kwa teo. Pugaw ya pugite mamo tawi mau tehtaki.
Our loving, kind and loving Creator it has the capacity to be able to speak to whomever and whenever he wants.
Kikapachita toma miyaw.
To use this body
Kita ka siwate kita chakum.
in which your spirit resides or your soul resides.
Kusung moptama. Gamista he mamtone chigano mepta he stick.
And so this is it for this one. There is a great deal to think about in this in these stories.
And we have about, let's see, 26. Oh, you know what? We've just got a couple more. Yeah, there's there's only about 4 more we have actually ready to go. So we'll just finish these ones and then we'll wrap it up there tonight.
Musehun. Kami nagis.
Emotions.
Kami nagispinawiyak. Eno chimchimito ta.
But if someone grabs onto these
Mitunana koyask. Kikap mo pingus etekta.
It will or the effect will be that he will be lifted high.
Open goes.
Or it will be elevated, eh?
No chigi apone. Kikap may tuhtay husit ete mamaw tao imaw.
To the seat of our kind and loving Creator.
Kagi mamahtawa piha to tatos kahagana.
Who placed his workers in very sacred seats.
No tsekta chigi.
Want me to just play the rest of that one?
No tsekta chigi. Kikap tatago tago no kikap kakte magim ko ako go ga tayo kana kikap kakahito kago yakok.
And from there, we will be much closer to these spirits who will comfort us. Okay, go over that last bit.
No tsekta chigi. Kikap tatago tago no kikap kakte magim ko ako go ga tayo kana kikap kakahito kago yakok.
We will be brought closer to these spirits who will look kindly upon us. And what else?
Nuatsego to tige. Kigapin tago 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 noak. Kigapin.
Oh, yes.
Kagitamagim goya.
Oh, where they can come closer to us with their loving kindness.
To their spirits. Hold on, I've got two translations here. I'll play it one more time and we'll start fresh on this. This is the last one we're going to do today. So I didn't know how to break it apart because there's actually... Yeah, I'll do it like this.
No tsekta chigi.
And from there... They will be able to approach us closer. To be kind, to bring their kindness or their compassion. These spirit helpers and to console us.
Awesome. What a power run. Holy cow. We got right to the very last. I was like, are we going to run out of... we've been trying to transcribe ahead of these Sunday nights so that we can just keep working on the translations and not have to worry about transcribing, because this is working really well. But like where we run up right against the the very end of what we had prepared. So that was good. I did have one question about one spot, and I apologize. This is a very kind of a nitpicky question, but this particular one here. So this is the question I have for you, because most of the time I would have expected you to say apatitsigana kikapmayatsik, but you said titapmayatsik. And so is there a difference, or do they just mean the same thing to you?
Basically the same, but different timelines. Kikapimayachik, we would say today. In the past, they would have said titapimayachik.
So is that just an older form of how you would say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, again, very technical, and I apologize for splitting hairs on this. Is there any kind of a thought process that goes into when you decide which one of those you want to use, or did it just come out that way?
That's the way it came out.
Okay. Yeah. And the only reason I ask is because sometimes in the old, when we're in the Bloomfield texts, it's the kind of the same thing. Like sometimes it'll even be like, instead of giga or tita, sometimes it'll be gita. So there's all of these different ways. And so I always just wondered, like, is it just like you just felt like saying it that way that day, or is there a reason for it?
Often the word that I would use is anchored in a specific time frame and timeline. Titapimayachik is the past, or kikapimayachik would be to have it currently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so interesting.
And a lot of the language you will see in the nuances of the changes that are happening. What has happened is that the framework that we are working with is so expansive, and we try to bring it to a point where it is more understandable, you might say, because it is less complicated.
More palatable, maybe?
It could be, yeah.
Interesting.
Easier to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow, good stuff. Whole flurry of comments toward the end, especially we're getting into some of the really heavy part of the story. Just lots of...
What's heavy part?
Well, tried to get back to some of these. So every time a new comment comes in, it jumps me back. Somebody said, needed this today. That was from Lubru. Catching Baby says, that was at the part 2, I think, where Lubru explains a lot. Then Mightius came in. Again, every time I get a new comment, it jumps me down. It's kind of lots of agreement. There's a whole slurry of comments there. Mightius says, can I ask if being kind is not stupid? To forgive those that do not ask for it? Interesting question. I think, I'll let Wes speak on this, but being kind is a natural law, honestly. So there's nothing stupid in that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yvette says, thank you, gentlemen. I am grateful for your work. And then, around some discussion there. Thank you again. Catching Baby says, explaining spiritual matters must be hard to interpret. Well, like we've established tonight, English is hard. Tried to get some of these ideas that, and I've talked about this. For me, getting into learning the language, it's like when I hear these words, they have a meaning and understanding sometimes over here that I don't know how to put it into English. And so that's the difficult part, is that these words have just because there's something in both languages, for me, it doesn't mean that they translate both ways easily. So, yeah. And that's one of the blessings about having Wes with us here tonight, is to be able to interpret his own story in his own words at such an articulate level in both English and Cree. So what a blessing. Yeah, we're super grateful to have you. But we're past time. It's after, we're 2 hours in, so we're going to leave it there tonight. Thank you for all of the comments and for tuning into our live stream tonight. We'll be back again on Sunday. We go every Sunday about the same time, and Boy, we've got our work cut out for us this week because we've got to get ahead of Wes again with our transcriptions. So if you're interested in joining us for our transcription nights, we usually go Mondays and sometimes on Thursdays as well. So you can shoot me a message on Facebook or TikTok if you're interested in joining us for some of that stuff. And yeah, we're going to leave it there tonight. So Saimi nakakyo kitam skat now. I'm really grateful for everyone that tuned in tonight. And we'll catch you again next week. Okay, mio tips kansek kakyo.
Togo Simogi.
Go with Corbin.